the first time in 2 weeks, President Biden will host a public event today. The president heads to Valley Forge, right near Philadelphia, to give a speech on American democracy 4 years after January 6th. The remarks will be happening at the historic American Revolution site. About a year and a half ago, the president gave a similar speech in Philadelphia. You might recall he did it in front of a red background while ripping on conservatives. He took a lot of criticism for it. Our chief White House correspondent James Rosen joins us now live from the North Lawn with more. James, good morning.
Emma, good morning to you. With former President Trump so dominant in the polling in the GOP primary field ahead of the beginning of the balloting next week, the Biden-Harris campaign is already framing the November election as a choice, effectively, between democracy and dictatorship. Today's remarks in Valley Forge will, as you just mentioned, echo those that the president delivered in prime time in Philadelphia 14 months ago at what was billed as an official event at that time. There he declared Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans extremists who threaten the very foundations of the republic. We'll hear more of that today, tied into January 6 and extended to other areas such as abortion and voting rights. It will be interesting to see whether the president makes any effort in his remarks today to build on recent efforts by him and his campaign team to depict his once and potentially future opponent as the modern American incarnation of Adolf Hitler. At a campaign reception in Bethesda, Maryland, back on December 19, President Biden told donors, quote, "The language he uses reminds us of the language coming out of Germany in the 30s. He has called those who oppose him vermin." And again this weekend, he talked about the blood of our country being poisoned. Even conservative Republicans, President Biden said that night, have spoken out. The next day, the Biden-Harris campaign posted to X a graphic that juxtaposed images of former President Trump and the Chancellor of Nazi Germany with side-by-side comparisons of language used by both and a caption saying, "This is not a coincidence."
January 6th cost the lives of police, injured many police officers, and inflicted bodily harm on many people. It was a sight that was horrific. We saw a Confederate flag flying in the halls of the Capitol. It was disrespectful to our Constitution, an attack on our democracy. And so the president's going to continue to speak about this. He's going to continue to be very vocal about this. And so certainly you'll hear that from the president.
Of course, the setting of Valley Forge was also chosen specifically with reference to a past president, George Washington, who rallied the Continental Army at that site during the Revolutionary War. Emma.
James Rosen reporting from the North Lawn. James, thank you very much.